Afternoon all. Okay, welcome to another Chess24 Banter Blitz. Let's go to the challenges. Kaz. Hi Kaz. Afternoon. Okay. I hope audio and everything's okay. It looks okay on my preview here. I've been doing a bit of vacuuming today. Yeah, I'm trying to get it more yeah, some chores before this. So had a quick shower and let's see. Is Kaz ready? Not sure he's ready. Alright, we'll go on to the next one, I think. Audisto. Okay, I'll try a Dutch. Alright, interesting. I don't really want to accept a major gambit. Is this a bit weird, isn't it, this opening? This whole opening sequence is a bit weird, isn't it? Hitting the rook. Maybe e5. Oh, knight c6 might seem... Knight c6, I don't know. He's got tempo. Just drop it back. If I play e5 and bishop e7, just to try and get a grip on d4. I don't know really, because he's got knight takes d4 maybe. Maybe that's interesting. I hope it's not that interesting, but for him. Alright. Okay, if I play bishop e6 and queen d7 and castle queenside, that seems like a reasonable plan. Oh, he did hang that pawn. Was there a reason for that? Probably knight e4. I just want some positional pressure here on the d file. Don't care much about that pawn. Or actually castling kingside, although I guess he could start an attack over here. So maybe g6 is a good idea, or just stopping b4 for a moment. g6 and bishop g7 might be an idea. I'm trying to get the downsides of my opponent's position. What are they? It's kind of a few weaknesses around here. He hasn't got the gambit initiative you might expect with that pawn set, because I declined it basically. e5 is a bit vulnerable. Can I clamp down with a4 here? a4 is interesting. I don't think he's got takes because his rook's always hanging. a4 might be interesting. No, bishop e3, knight b3. That could be a pain. I'm hoping this is okay. There's also the possibility of just taking and queen takes d1. Taking castle queenside with check. There was the possibility. Is g6 too slow? Yeah, that knight needs to be supported. Knight b3 might be interesting for knight d4 after. Yeah. What about just clamping down for a moment on... I need that there. Okay, I need the bishop to be on c5. As long as he hasn't got d4. So the rook's needed there, the bishop's needed here. I don't think I've got time for fianchetto. In fact, g6 creates an opportunity for h5, undermining my pawns over here. In fact, alright, yeah, maybe, okay. Now knight b3 here looks as though there's a repeat of this bishop c4 and castling queenside, but I'm not sure what that's doing, so I'm going to do this. Knight b3, he's always got knight a4 after. I thought he did anyway. Alright, maybe he was concerned about knight b3. Let's see. My e5 is slightly vulnerable. Can I not just play e4 here? That knight's a bit wobbly. On c4, if I can get to play... I was thinking takes an f4, but the knight's actually wobbly at the moment. Maybe b5 and queen d6 for queen g3. I can put the bishop away. Right, f4 for f3 looks really dangerous. f4 looks really dangerous here. So he's got some knight e4, bishop takes. Well, he takes on. Yeah, knight takes e4 might be a right pain. So instead, what about knight d4? My bishop's hanging now. He's always going to have the d5 square. Let's have a look at this f4 knight e4 again. F takes knight c5. Takes on f2 looks a little bit dangerous though. So for that reason, I don't know, maybe that's... Yeah, I think for that reason, I don't think knight e4 is necessarily a crushing move. I might be wrong. Let's see, takes here. And it might be a good idea, unfortunately. There's also bishop e3 though. If I could just play... If I play bishop e3, that pawn is left there. Maybe that's a better bet. To just have that pawn there. Knight c5 is a bit of a pain, I guess. I'm hoping it's not fatal. There's no bishop d5 immediately. Knight d4, I think, would be a nice thing to get. Is he going to win this pawn here? If I take, he wins that pawn. Isn't that too dangerous for his king? It might not be. I might have to take with my king to hold this pawn. Yeah. Just want to hold that pawn for a moment. It's an inconvenience. This king takes. Alright, knight d4 here. I'm on e2. That surely is a bit of good news, because if he takes, knight takes e2 check. Yeah, I'm not sure he should like that move too much. Alright, so knight e2 check here, and the rook e8 or something. As long as he hasn't got bishop d5. Try and get the queens up or something. Bishop d5 I don't think is working. I know my f7 is a bit of a liability here. Is there the possibility of knight d4 for e2? If he moves the queen, there's also queen e5 check to think about. Maybe here, just get the queens off. Now e2 looks dangerous. Oh, not that dangerous, okay. Oh. Maybe rook c2 was better. But bishop d5 looks dangerous. Let's get the king a bit safer. It's a bit of a pre-move mode coming up. Let's stop this check on e7. I think I'm in pre-move mode now. Yeah, it's just a pre-move battle at the end. Yeah, pretty tough game as usual. Thanks. Tough game. Oh, scary stuff. Okay, Fenneman. So h6, d6. Maybe this g4 actually, because it looks dangerous. Yeah. This looks a little bit dangerous. h5 for okay, knight e3. Now I think knight e3 is sufficient here. H5. I'll take her. And move this back. Here, maybe. Knight f1, queen h1. Alright, this might be good news because knight f1, queen h1. Yeah, it looks pretty dangerous when this rook's activated. Thanks for the game, Fenneman. Sebi, I'm playing this e3. I quite like this recently. Okay, so Sebi, is Sebi ready? Against e5, I think it's c4. Okay, let's go on to another one, I think. I don't know. Maybe we should go on to another one. Okay. Clinica. Clinker. I don't know. I was thinking c4. Yeah, I mentioned that. Yeah, c4 would have been interesting, I think, against e5. Yeah. Oh, he's got a check, hasn't he? Oh, just giving him a check. He didn't take it. Right, I've got queen h5 here, but he's got g6. I think he had queen h4 check. Oh well. Is king h1, rook g1, g4, or c4 possible? C4 looks. Oh, there's bishop e6. Doesn't look that great. There's rook b1 for a moment. If I try and provoke some weaknesses like g6, my c3 is weak, but I think g4 might be interesting. Actually, g6, knight g6, queen f7, then my knight's trapped and pinned. So g6, knight g6, queen f7. Can I play g4 here? I wonder. Wait, c3 pawn being weak is a concern. Just do something about that for a moment. Maybe even c4 is useful. It's not. I don't. Yeah. Maybe c4 is useful. X-raying the queen potentially. g4. I'm just put off by it there with knight e5 and queen c3. g4 here is okay. Knight g6. There's knight e7 after. Yeah, knight takes bishop f7. There's knight takes e7. Check. Alright, g6 here might be winning a pawn for him, unfortunately. If I play for bishop g6, on fg, bishop g6, actually then I check and take here, so maybe this is okay. I like this pawn chain for a moment. If I can take the g file, get the g file. So g takes in king h1. I think king h1 around here. Actually, if he takes, I take the bishop. Wow, there's 1, 2, 3 pieces for the queen. Except this is check, unfortunately. That would have been interesting otherwise. If taking, unfortunately, this is check. So I'll leave the queen sack idea for another time. I just want to try and use this g file. So bishop takes and king h1 for rook g1. f4 is a bit of a concern. No, just take the bishop. Alright, f4 might be a concern. For the moment, bishop f6 coming up. Looks like f4 for queen h4 for bishop f6. In fact, queen h4, and I just want to double rooks. Alright, if I can somehow double rooks, or rook f4, rook h4. Anytime f4, queen h7 here. So f4, rook h4. There's queen h7. Whoops. Okay, thanks for the game, Clinica. Frammy. I'm not sure bishop c5 is the right move, actually. I think I should have done something else. Nevertheless, I'll try knight. No, I don't like this now. I've just mixed it up. No, maybe not. Maybe okay. I'm hoping this is okay. Okay, with bishop e6, I'll be more happy, I think. Yeah, I'll try to avoid this pin with the knight on f6. But the problem with knight e7 is the soft spot h7 is a bit more of a concern. But here, it doesn't seem that bad what's happened so far. So knight e5, trying to wrench open this f file would give me an outpost on f4, potentially for knight g6 to f4. So knight e5 takes trying to get this outpost. I could keep my pawns intact, I hope. Let's sneak the queen over. Maybe queen h5, bishop g4. Queen h5, bishop g4. I could take this pawn maybe. b3 now, bishop's trapped. No, I'll try and work over here, I think. I don't like my king necessarily there for a moment. Just take that off the firing line. So knight e5. This plan loses some effect without a knight on f4. But that's a bit of a pain. Knight e5 and bishop b6 coming up. Knight e5, f5. Knight e5 coming up. What does this actually get? It really depends on his next move. The structural change here. I could double rooks on the f-file as one plan. Alright, yeah, I think I've got a focal point now on f2. I could probably kick this knight away. I don't want to give the e4 square. If I took giving him the e4 square. That's a nice pin on f2. So, for example, knight g3, queen g5. You can't move the h pawn without queens protecting g3. Can. I still think this is okay. This queen g5 anyway, except there's knight f3. Maybe queen h6 is better actually. I think the main downside of the opponent's position is this f-file. If I can double rooks, maybe even switch a rook to h4. So rook f4, rook a f8. There's this idea of rook h4 here. Actually, yeah, doubling rooks seems, it's like there's a nice bind on the position here. Oh, except I've just lost the pawn, and that's not very nice. Oops. I was happy with my position until then. Missed that. Alright, maybe still double rooks, and I can't get in rook h4 until this knight moves. Any e5 later, I think there's bishop c4 skewering queen and rook there. So although he's won that pawn's not necessarily amazingly mobile at the moment, so I think just here. So if e5, bishop c4, there's no check there. Now possibly g5, g4 for rook f2 is still looking good. So still my focal point on f2, I think. g5, g4. And there's bishop c4 here on e5. So I'm hoping this maybe actually bishop g4 is an idea. That looks like a nasty pin. So rook takes bishop f3. Okay, I think bishop g4. Yeah. Rook takes. Oh. Right. If I take that and then rook f3, then takes if rook moves queen. Yeah. That was a bit optimistic, actually. What am I doing? Now he's got this. Why did I do that? That was majorly optimistic. How could I do that? It starts from mate, yeah. Queen, yeah, that was just dumb. I don't know. Can I take that? Right, king f6. Yeah, I just want to keep my material thing, if possible. It's not happening, is it? I'm gonna have to give up the bishop. Oh, he's got rook e6. Oh, he had rook e6 as well. Yeah, what a mess I made of this. It's only the clock, so I'd made a mess. For some reason, I dreamt I completely went berserk there. I cracked in that position. Somehow I don't know. I thought that was a good idea at the time. Yeah, I got a lost position there. Yeah. My calculation was basically, for some reason I thought after the first exchange I had rook f3 and bishop f3 after, but I didn't. I lost the other rook, so it was miscalculating, and then that rook's dangerous on the e file, so it's actually a lost position. Apart from that, it was great. It was a great combination. I liked my position up to a point. Up to a point, I thought the position was okay. It was too good for me. I don't know. Maybe I just gone crazy on the position. Okay. What's happening here? I lost the plot there. Okay. I'm thinking of Lasker's thing. Sometimes I think he would go into the opponent's pet positions and strengths just to get them overexcited. This is an interesting one. I don't particularly like this. Yeah, I don't like the idea of d4. I've just gone into this d4. Yeah, I've just realised I'm not sure about knight c4 there. It looks as though white's just getting... I don't want white to get the dark square bishop, so I think this is a lesser evil. I like my dark square bishop for attacking, of course. Yeah. Yes, it is a pawn down. It is a pawn down. Yeah, I don't like this. Yeah, I've gone wrong in the opening. So, king f8 and d6. Take it from there. Yeah, this looks like a rubbish opening position to have for me. In for a penny, in for a pound. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if this is any good. I mean, it might be in a practical sense creating some threats for a limited time window. But I need some more resources over here. So how to switch these guys. This bishop's blunted as well. So that'll be interesting. D6, G5, G4. Throw the kitchen sink here. D6, G5, G4. Yeah, that's about the only plan I can see here. D6, G5, G4 is the only thing to do. I mean, yeah. If he plays Queen G5, I'm going to take and check. Alright, I think I'm going to get my exchange back. Might get my exchange back here. Might be worth it. Rook F2. Oh, Rook F2, I just take the knight anyway. Alright, it's not as bad as all that now. After that, I think. It was a bit of a rush to get the queens off. Okay. Yeah, happier now. C5, king e7, bishop e6, rook h8. That sort of plan. I think c5 to fix the pawns, bishop e6, nice central move, king e7 to have the rook on the h file. Alright, maybe that's not going to happen, but anyway. Bishop e6, rook h8, and she has knight g4 behind it. King g1. I think the bishop's best on e6 and rook h8. Looks solid enough. Rook h8, knight g4 coming up. Which gives knight f2 if he's not careful. It was king g1. It's maybe we can play c5 for bishop d4 actually to make that better. f6 for knight f7 to e5. Yeah, I think I'm gonna allow that. Thanks, yeah, that was a bit dodgy by me. Thanks. Yeah, that's why I need to try and play positioning with e3. I'm just terrible. Okay, hack attack guy. Okay, I don't know. e3. Yeah, this is my attempt at positional chess. 1 e3, like a reverse French defense. Okay. Is McTowell ready? I do sometimes get some positional games recently, so that's cool. This is, I like what I do like from this is the early e5 knight. I feel Tartakower was a really great guy. He was a really witty, funny guy. I get that impression. And he had this rotation on knight on e5, and the attack plays itself. And I really like these positions. In fact, there was a Blitz expert, I remember, at Checkers. I used to go at Checkers like many years back to play Blitz chess, and there were actually some chess hustlers there. But there was one of the chess hustlers. He's a really good Blitz player. He was often getting this knight on e5, and it was really annoying to play against him when he got that knight there like this. It's just really annoying. In a Blitz game, you spent half the game wondering, like, you can't take it because it opens up the F file. So half the point of this E3 thing is actually, I was inspired a few weeks ago in a bullet game against an IM. I got a really good attack out of E3, trying to get this knight on E5 later. And I don't know, I've just been a bit hung up on that. This sort of position I kind of like. So there's a... Yeah, I mean, so in a practical sense, I think it can get an attacking position, and Tartakower is kind of right. And for Blitz, yeah, if you have like a knight on e5 like this, it's just really annoying, I think, for the opponent. He's doing the same to me, though. So this is, yeah, if you can lock down the light squares, that is an antidote, of course. And he's going to lock down the light squares. And it's not going to be that much fun for me. So I better pay attention here. Alright, if I go back there, I'm wondering, f takes actually liberates the bishop a bit. So I'll be happy if he took, but he's Yeah. Can I kick these knights out without losing material? b3 and bishop b2. I'm thinking my idea later would be rook c1 and c4. So I'll try risking this. I get a tempo there on takes, hopefully. Queen's protecting c3. So my plan here is rook c1, c4, trying to uproot subtly his knight on e4. It looks actually both our knights are well cemented here. But I'm just wondering if this c4 plan might be useful. Ah, that's interesting. Okay. He's made my pawn structure slightly more aggressive by doing that. I'm wondering now, I'm not entirely sure this c4 is any good, actually. There's also this dark squared bishop. I could play it to a3 at some point. It does hold my center together, so c4 takes. Any cd later. The knight's slightly wobblier after bishop d5. If you ever took, I'll have a passed pawn there. So I do wonder if c4 might be the way to go here. Yeah, possibly. I do seem to have nearly loose pieces, though, potentially. Queen b4 might threaten bishop e6 for queen b7. Looks like a bit of a pedantic sort of move, queen b4. Just checking his forcing moves, knight f2. Okay. The dark squares seem a bit compromised, though, so any dark square type moves, like a bishop on the diagonal, the queen on the dark square diagonal, it's like torturing a bit these dark squares, but there's only two adjacent on light square pawns, one there. We've got some dark square weaknesses around here. This e6 might be a bit of a concern. Queen a5, for example, is that a good parking spot for the queen? This bishop's now loose on b2. Okay, and I don't want to like lose on time. Yeah, this knight's a right pain actually on e4. It is a right pain. I might get a passed pawn here. Can I play rook c2 for a moment? Yeah, this knight makes my position uncomfortable. Alright, that kind of... Can I improve my bishop here? At least... no, I don't like this. What I have got is a passed pawn. I think he's better. Yeah, don't like this. I think h3. Time for h3. Still don't like this. Get both files. I lose d4 as well. Okay, e6. It's got knight f2, knight g3. Play for bishop e5 and rook c7. Try and get some play. Or rook b7. It's got rook c4. Alright, the check, and then rook b7. It doesn't do anything. Great. This has been a disaster. Let's get the king out of the firing line. Play the check here. What about rook g7? I just missed rook g7. What a moron. I've just missed rook g7. Right. Rook a4 to h4, rook a4 to h4. No. So I've got a loose rook now. Rook b7. Doomed. Can I take this guy? Well, that was a bad move as well. All right. Well plays McTalter. I can only grovel here for a draw. Thanks. Okay. Okay, Olaf. If I put the knight on g3, opening up the H file, E5. Maybe F4. I'll play this. It's a move, but it's not ideal. B3, bishop D2. It's not ideal, this position. Queen D4. This looks dodgy. This position looks dodgy. Yeah, okay. Try and take this pawn over here. Actually, maybe I should play f5. Maybe take first and then f5. Is that an idea? Try and keep a light square blockade while I can. So knight e4 and bishop d2 and try and castle queenside. That position might be potentially okay. He's having something to say about it though. I don't want to open up lines. What about rook f2, trying to keep lines closed? Bishop b2, maybe a change of plan because I can't castle queenside. Is that knight knight f1? Maybe knight f1. Bishop, okay, so bishop e3 and how dangerous is this bishop on g7? I took. Yeah. Yep. He's getting more activity. Okay. I'm gonna have to give him more activity, unfortunately. Rook f5. That's g3 there, I think. Rook c3. He's got bishop d4 coming up. So maybe rook d1 by elimination to avoid bishop d4. I've got to sort of unpin things here. Possibly g3 would be a good idea before it's too late. Right, if our king goes to c2, he's got rook d3, but it's better on a light square than a dark square. That bishop's going to play bishop d4. What about rook d? I've got to stop bishop d4 again. Rook d4 then? Yeah, I think bishop d4 would be not very good news for me on king c2, bishop d4. As in, unfortunate, very unfortunate. Okay, trying to hold on here defensively. G3 now. Or king c2. Maybe, possibly. I'm going to go into another pin with queen h1. I don't want another pin with queen h1. King c2, bishop h6. There's a check here. Let's have a look at this again. g3, queen h1. Yeah. Or there's this check. I mean, there's this whatever. I probably... hang on. What about knight g3? Is that any good? Bishop e5, there's knight e4. Knight g3 might be the best bet. Because if I can win e4, that's probably a good thing. Knight e4. Yeah, I think I've ruled out. I don't want to go into these pin scenarios. Alright. Right, king e2 seems plausible here. He's got bishop h6. Maybe queen e4 then, and to avoid the skewers and stuff. Right, now my knight's hanging. Queen d3. What about just moving the knight here to f1? Maybe going to e3 would be something. g4 something. Get the king over to c2. Well, there's knight d5 on the check. Maybe knight d5 anyway. Blunders the queen. Alright. Alright. No, it doesn't blunder the queen. Well, it nearly does. Okay. Okay, I need to move. I think we're in pre-move mode here. Except I can't be mated with queen f1. That would be unfortunate. Bishop e5, there's knight g6. Yeah, that was a really unpleasant game to play. Yeah, that was a really unpleasant. I got two monsters now to play. Oh my god. Okay. I think there should be a law against this, bullying the streamers if you're 2900, rank 50 on the site or something. Okay, but anyway, I'll have a go. I'll have a go. Isn't there? Okay, I think this guy should be playing the GMs and stuff, not me. I'm just a bunny. But anyway, okay. I think the position's okay for the moment, anyway. I'm hoping this doesn't lose tactically or anything. Maybe our queen should be out of here. That X-ray kind of thing. I think F5 is okay to. Is H4 plausible? I'm hoping it's plausible. Try and keep lines closed. There is a silver lining playing someone over 2900. I think whatever rating you are, if you're below 25, you only lose like 1 point, rating point if you're into ratings. But anyway, so knight e4, f5, knight g5. Has he got knight h4 coming up for some sort of horrible hack attack? It's possible. I might have some stuff going on here if I could survive it. Maybe knight g5 to e6 is a good idea in the circumstance, to try and get the d5 square, try and get rid of the light square bishop, which is going to probably help his attack enormously. Right, there is queen f5 here, where there's knight hanging on h5 and g4 hanging. The last thing I want to give him is any dynamic position of any sort, as a general rule. In fact, I was looking at some of my old videos, like Kasparov and Anand from the 90s. It's a lot of the time, it's all about, well, Kasparov in particular, he just gets these very dynamic, aggressive positions all the time. If you can shut down the dynamic play, especially a very tactical opponent, I think that's half the battle. This guy is very tactical, so let's see. This looks okay for the moment. There's nothing after knight e6 though, is there? Takes bishop g4 is not particularly great. There's a queen sack for nebulous compensation. 1, 2. No, I wouldn't have trusted necessarily that queen sack. Maybe I just accept this position, unfortunately. He's got knight e6, bishop e6. But I might have queen h5 and stuff. Alright, knight e4 here. Looks... Am I getting my queen trapped? I'll have h5. Downsides of his position. Rook d6 is threatened for knight f6. Anything else? King. If I move the bishop for the king g2 for rook h1. c5 for knight f6. No, bishop e5 is not possible because of the knight. f4 might be possible here. For f5. f4 might be good. Yeah. I'm going to go with f4. So f5, knight moves, queen g4 check. Anything better? Knight f8, queen g4. Looks plausible. King h8 is ready for rook g8, that's the thing. Can I do any better? Because we've got some congestion. Check king h8. I can weaken him on the diagonal with knight f6. But that's a really nice knight to have on e4. Queen h6 here, bishop g7. f6 takes, f takes, I win material. That's an interesting technical point. f6. Alright, there's rook d6 here. Yeah, rook d6. Bishop g7, let's have a look at this again. f6. Now if he takes queen g7, if he takes there, f takes, winning the knight. I think this is good news, funny enough. Knight f6. King h8, queen h7, king f8. Yeah, knight h7. Okay. Well, there's rook d8 to kick things off. This is anything better. Knight h7 after. I'm going to lose on time. I don't want to lose on time. $26. I think it's difficult to control this position. I don't know. Knight g5, bishop g6. Knight g5 to e4. Let's just move somewhere. That's 17 seconds. I don't think I'm going to make it, unfortunately. Rook d1, king g2. I think he's got too much pressure. If I had the knight back on e4, that would be more settled. I've got to pre-move this, I think. Soon, very soon. 14 seconds. $11 seconds. Oh. Well, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't think he can be that happy about that. He was completely lost, but anyway, okay. It was difficult. I mean, it's difficult to play the game. There's loads of counterplay though, to be fair. So obviously, it's going to be difficult to convert though. But I think technically, I think it was brilliant for me technically. But yeah, it's a different thing to actually convert it in the time limit. That is a very different thing. Okay. Just annoyed with myself though. If I could have, no, I think it was difficult. My piece. I'm just a bit annoyed with myself. I've got to get into this game. D6. D6 might be okay. H8, A6 and D6. A6 and D6. Alright, so if I take on E5, what's happening here? Rule out knight d5. So bishop d7, knight g4 looks okay. And he's got d7 for rook d7. Okay, so I don't want to lose a piece unnecessarily. So knight g4 without d7 gives me rook h5 potentially. He's got knight c5 coming up. Still, knight g4 looks... it's got knight b6. Knight f2. I'll play batten down the hatches with rook d8 for a moment. So I'm hoping knight g4 is not working here. b6 then. Right, f5 for f6. It's like treble pawns anyway, so if I blunt the bishop here, this might be good for knight f7 or king f7. So knight g8 for rook h5. He hasn't got rook g3, which is good news. Oh, he's got that. I'll see this crashing through a bit. Once he gets a bishop on d5, I'm dead. I can take on f5 maybe for a moment. Or not. Not really. It's gone. It's gone. He's got bishop. He's got rook g8 and it's gone. Yep. That's gone. Okay, nice. That was fresh there. Well and truly. Okay. Ah, I'm it. Thrashed. Okay. Kaz. It's good to play GM, of course. Okay, Kaz. Hi. Okay, knight e8 c7. Oh, this is... maybe it's okay. Rook b4 looks as though maybe it should be okay. Knight b6 and bishop f5. It's e4. It's not worth provoking e4. Probably not. So h6, f5, e4. Right, is my rook feels as though it's going to be okay. This diagonal's dangerous as well. Shut down the diagonal. I think knight e6 to d4. Oh, there's also knight c4. There was knight c4 probably. Okay. So knight d4 coming up. If the knight moves knight c4. This knight on e4 protects f2. Maybe queen e7 for bishop b7, trying to loosen these light squares. Queen e7, bishop b7. A6 is going to drop. Right, running out of plans here. H5, h4 somehow might loosen. I'm hoping that loosens. It's a bit dodgy. F4. No, I'm not convinced by anything here. I'm not convinced by anything yet. I'll try this h4 and rook h8. I think white's doing nicely. Knight e4. I can bishop. No. White's doing nicely. No, knight. That one I played knight c4. This one, yeah, knight ce4 is pain. All right, I'm going into pain here. d6 is also like weak. Queen c7 for bishop b7, maybe. Is that an idea? Try it. So he takes queen b7. White's got a nice position. Yeah, it's a nice position. There's no doubt about it. White's got a nice position here, and I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That might give me some opportunity on the light squares here. Some sort of stuff on light squares. I don't know. Queen. I don't know. Queen e4. Queen e4. Maybe I'd take and then knight c4 if rook isn't protected. Oh, there's d5. No. If we could adjourn this, it would be adjourned as better for white, but I think white's using too much time here. Okay, so rook d6. I'm going to try and hold on with rook d6. Yeah. My a6 is a problem. My d6 is a problem. My a6 and d6 just want to drop off here. I can create complications with knight d4, which is, I don't know, in the circumstance, I'm going to play knight d4. Queen d5 looks interesting. My pawns look okay here for the knight. For a moment, they look like d3. Maybe not d3. Maybe rook e7. It's, yeah, white was fine. It's just time pressure. All right, Bolo. Bolo, hi. I think Queen f6 is a move theoretically. I try and castle queenside. Is this bishop? I remember this. I had a bad game with this bishop once in this line. I think this bishop is prone to being trapped sometimes. No, it should be okay here. Knight f4. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe this is okay. G4, knight f4. Right, so b5, b4. Is b4 friend? Double rooks here for b4. Knight f4 and then b4. Quite loud planes outside. Knight f4. Right, this. I think I'll play c5 here. If I stabilise there, c5, c takes, c5, b4 after. So c5, c takes, c5, b4. That was the plan anyway. Okay. Bishop c4. I'm just thinking bishop c4 is not very convincing at all. I'm not really that convinced. g6 is not convincing. It's knight's out of the game. Can I get it back? Okay, I've got to do something. What about bishop h3? Tactical bishop h3 for bishop g2 might not be that bad. Bishop g2, trying to win the exchange actually. I can win a pawn here. Bishop g1, maybe. Alright, get that knight to f4. Yeah, if I'm winning this pawn, then I've got a plan with g6, h5, this h pawn. It is a plan. It is a plan. It's better than no plan. Probably better than no plan. I think a6 can go. I don't want to lose f6 in a hurry. How do I not lose f6 in a hurry? This is long-winded. Is it actually worth it to put a bishop here and then g6 and h5? It's probably maybe. This is a tedious plan to play. Bishop h4, bishop g5, g6, h5. There is some perks to it that the bishop's kind of. I think there's some perks to it. The h pawn to me seems like the trump card of the position. g6, h5. I'll take that. Or not. I don't want to give him a quick past a pawn. On the other hand, he starts dismantling me at c6. Once that pawn's there, it's winning. Once it's there, it's dangerous. I wonder. Maybe bishop d7. I'll take bishop d7. So I'm hoping this h pawn's useful. Yeah. So yeah, it looks clearer for my h pawn here. It's push it here. well, yeah. Okay. It's bishop h3. So this gives me bishop f1, bishop c6, bishop e2, there's e5, unfortunately. So maybe f5, bishop c6 takes bishop e4. Okay, let's go with this. It's just double pawns here anyway. e5. Oh no. Yeah, very well played, well played. I was really struggling to find a plan there in the middle game, and great. You all played really well today. I'm sorry for being so. I don't know. I've been given a really hard time. Okay, all right. Thanks. See you next week then. Okay, if you enjoyed the show, yeah, 1 fun, 10 boring. I think I'm stopping here. Thanks very much. Cheers then. It's all very challenging. Playing very well. Obviously improving. Thanks very much.